Good day, my name is Nathan Oski, and today we are going to look at how to change the background color of an image. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at Adobe Color. And within Adobe Color, we have a number of options. We can create a color palette, explore, trends, and lab, and our libraries. For now, we're just going to look at Explorer. Let's open that. And within Explorer, we have Summer, Neutral Palette, Primary Colors, Vaporwave, Spring, Vintage, Synthwave, Happy, Luxury, and Tropical. I'm going to choose Neutral Palette. And within Neutral Palette, we have quite a few options. For this, I'm going to add this particular palette by adding to Library. Let me push that. Add to Library. And then I'm also going to choose a light brown to add this to our library. We can find our libraries under Collection and a collection of color swatches. Add to Library. Back to Neutral Palette. And we'll choose a brighter one as well. Let's see here. And we'll add this one to Library. So I've got an Illustrator file ready to open and to create. So I've got the web 1920 by 180. So using the rectangle tool, we'll drag out a rectangle, and then we'll choose gradient, and then we'll choose gradient from here. Pardon me. Let's bring in a few color swatches. So we'll add the theme to swatches, a gray and theme to swatches, and we'll also add another that's a little bit brighter and fun. Add theme to swatches. So we've chosen the gradient, and then we'll choose gradient here, and underneath gradient we're going to choose the free form gradient, and you'll see the reason why I'm choosing this one. It gives us a bit more freedom essentially. Okay, and then we're going to go to our swatches, and here we can see the swatches that we've imported. I'm choosing this point, and you can move these points anywhere on the board. Again, I choose this, and I'm going to choose a red color. And then I'm going to bring this up towards the middle, and I'm going to choose a pink color. And you can see that we've got a nice gradual gradient coming from the left and over to the right. And the bottom one, we're going to choose the yellow. Now, this yellow is a bit too strong, so we're just going to go over to our color over here, double click on that. And we just want to change it so it's not quite so bright. Perfect. And there we go. Let's export that. Export for screens. I'm just going to rename that red gradient. Export artboard. Editing gradients so that we can change the background in our images. is add our swatches. So we go into Window, Libraries, and within Libraries we have the eyeshadow palette, and we left click, add theme to swatches. Second one, left click, add theme to swatches, and the third one, left click, add theme to swatches. And then to add a gradient, we have 3 different gradients. We have the linear gradient, the radial gradient, and the freeform gradient. For now, we're going to look at the radial gradient. And what I'd recommend doing is adding dither, and that's going to help distribute the colors evenly. And then press Edit Gradient, and that's going to bring up this bar, which we can adjust and move. Another thing I need to mention is on the left side we have our color, and right now we're on our gradient, and the black one here, this is our border. So what I'd recommend doing is just having none for now. Okay, go back to this, back to the gradient, and we can adjust. We can pull this bar out and pull it out as such. If we would like to add an additional point, there we go, you'll see the white arrow turn into a plus sign. And push or press. We have a white point, we have a gray point, and then we have a black point. And for this, what I want to do is just have a nice even gray gradient. And in the center here, this point, we can move to the left, to the bottom, or just here in the middle. Okay. To save the gradient, press File and Export. Export for screens. Gray, radial, gradient. Export artboard. Now let's look at the linear gradient. One thing that I need to mention as well, make sure that the front is the solid color. This one is for the stroke, or the border. So make sure that the foreground color, the main color, is center or up. Let's go into our gradients again. And in this case, we're going to choose the linear gradient. And again, we have the slider. And remember to press the dither. And this is going to help distribute the colors evenly across. Press Edit the gradient. And you're going to get that bar that goes from left to right. We open up our swatches and choose one of the circles, and that's going to change the color. And if you want to add a color in the middle, we can do that, and then again, and then the third one. And let's say we go with a dark brown. Let's go with a dark brown. So again, if you want to remove one of the color points, just pull it down and it disappears. And there you go. And as I mentioned before, you can move these to have a bit more of an even distribution. All right. We'll go into File, Export, Export for screens. Name the artboard, And in this case, I'm just going to call brown gradient. Export artboard. I've opened up a file in Adobe Express. There are a number of choices that you can choose from within Adobe Express, the file size. For this, I just chose a simple file. In order to add elements to the file, we'll need to go into Add Content. There's Media, Elements, Charts, and Generative AI. For this, I'm going into the Elements. And within Elements, we have a number of different choices. We have All, Design Assets, Backgrounds, Shapes, Icons, and Stickers. For this video, I'm choosing Shapes. The rectangle. And I'm going to take the border away. So just defaults, no fill. And the background, the fill, and go down to the bottom, and there are a number of different gradients that you can choose from. For this, I'm going to choose a nice pink, and then fit the rectangle to fit the file. Click download, PNG for images, and choose download. Thank you very much. Changing the background lighting and color of an image. We're looking at product photos and portrait photography, but for today, particularly product photos. What I had done is I went into the search to find products, and I came up with this image. I chose this image on the premise that it's a little bit difficult. You've got the yellows and the greens on a green background. And I've already imported the gradients that we used in Illustrator and Adobe Express. So what we need to do is choose Generate Image, and choose the image, which is this one. And then in order to change the colors, we choose the eyedropper, and then we choose the gradient that we would like to work with, or the color that we would like to work with. And what Adobe will do, or Firefly will do, is extract subprompts. The subprompts will be different for each color. So for example, in this one, it says gradient background, warm gradient hues, even illumination, minimalistic design, and abstract gradient. So choose one that fits your desired outcome. So I've gone ahead and gone through different gradients and uploaded the outcomes. A couple key important things to remember. I'll load this image. Product photo on blue, pink, natural transition, vivid color spectrum. As you notice, it's missing the avocado and some other bits to the image. So what I've done is I've gone in and changed the prompt accordingly. Original product photo on blue, pink, natural transition, vivid color spectrum. Picture of original products on blended color background. So just keep in mind to keep original products or keep original photo in order to remind Firefly what it is that you would like the outcome to be. Original product photo on yellow to gray natural transition, warm to color hues. And as you can see, we used the yellow gradient. It didn't quite give the gray hues, so just keep that in mind as well. Load this. Original product photo on red, pink, natural transition hues background. And as you can see, the bottle has increased in volume and the color has changed. So I'll load the next prompt. Keep original product photo on red, pink, natural transition hues, background, gradient, colors. Keep original product photo on red, pink to yellow, natural transition hues, background, gradient, colors. And using the brown, minimalistic serene, do keep in mind that you may need to experiment with the different gradients and subprompts. Just keep in mind that you may need to experiment with each subprompt. Some subprompts may give you undesirable results, so you will need to adjust accordingly. And remember, you can always come back in and change the prompt accordingly. And I'll load that one. Keep original product photo on gradual transition, white to brown, natural, minimalistic, serene background. And then the gray radial. I'll load that for you. Keep original product photo on gradual transitional, white to gray, natural, monochromatic background. And finally, I'll load that one. Keep original product photo, colors naturally transition from red to white to yellow in a gradient background. Thank you for watching.